What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Elevated Limits podcast show. Today, we have a special guest. This is going to be the most special guest. Whoever we get in the future, you're not going to top this guest because this person is really important to me. And it's funny because the older I get, the more I realize how incredible she is as a person. I'm excited to see where God takes this conversation. Today, we have my mother, Fior Guillen. Hold on, I got to we can put that on. Mother, how are you feeling today? How you feeling today?
I don't feel blessed.
You feel blessed. That's good, Mother. That's good. Ma, we have a lot to talk about, right? So I want to jump right into it because you have an incredible story. You have an incredible testimony. But where I want to start is your childhood, right? So you were raised in the Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how it was like growing up there with your three other siblings.
It was very good childhood I have. Everything changed when my father passed away. When he passed away, that's why everything changed.
And how did everything change? So, like, you were living, if I remember correctly, Ma, you said that you guys were like middle class.
Middle class.
Right? So you guys were doing well. Your dad had a really good job. Once your father passed away, how did things start to change for you guys? Because he's no longer providing for everybody.
Because in the Caribbean, the men provide for everything.
Mm-hmm.
The job of the mother is to raise the kids, make sure they go to school, make sure they doing good in school, they being taken care.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to go to private school. After that, we used to go to swimming class. We used to swim, represent the country. Like my older brother, he came to here swimming for United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
But when my father passed away, they kicked us out from the school because we cannot pay the school.
Wow.
And we had to go to public school. So public school in DR is not the best school.
I was going to say, talk about how different that was from your private school to the night going to a public school.
I was crying when my mother told me I had to go to public school.
What was so bad about it?
Because it's bad. It's raining, you don't go to class. The teacher say, no, I'm not going to teach today. If the teacher say, oh, today I'm not going to go to school to teach somebody, he don't go. So they don't care because that's public. And the government don't want the kids to get smart, to get education, because education is the kid to, the next president, the next doctor is when you put all your effort in the education in the country. And private school do that because you pay. But when you go to public school, nobody care.
Oh, wow. So you could see that there was no effort in the public school to help kids to get to learn and stuff like that. So you know what I'm interested about, Ma, is I want to kind of know like how you were raised from your father and your mother, because you have a certain type of mindset, right? And I know I have this mindset because you have it. I learned it from you. You know, it's a mindset of no excuses. It's a mindset of you could go as far in life as you want, as far as you believe you can, right? So where did you get that from?
My father.
Your father?
My father.
Talk about how your father was and who he was as a person.
My father was the best father anybody can have. My father graduated from electrician. He used to work when he had my older brother. He told my grandmother, I got to go to school. I need to do better. I cannot be working like I used to work. And he graduated at the age, I think, 18. My father was a very smart guy.
Wow.
And he did it his own. He used to work in the morning, hard working. And he go to school at night and he graduate.
Wow.
And he worked in the best company, engineering company, electricity engineering company in Dominican Republic. That's why we had a lot of benefit to go to. We used to go to social club like swimming, do a sport, and they teach us another language. It was very, very, very good life. We go to school, and after that, we go to like the YMCA, something like that. We used to go to something.
This is funny, Ma, because now I'm realizing like why you raised me, Glennie, and Aaliyah the same way. Like you always had us involved in sports. You always had us in extracurricular activities, like after school activities and stuff like that. So it makes sense that your father did the same thing with you. So that's interesting. So you mentioned your brother Fellow. He used to swim on was it the Dominican Olympic team or
Dominican Olympic team?
Olympic team. So then he got his green card, came to the United States. When your father passed away, talk about like your journey to come to the United States now.
But when my father passed away, I was 17, go to 18.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I remember one day I used to like have a nice clothes, all these things, because people used to like send clothes over there, and then I buy, my father paid. So one day, everybody know in my neighborhood, okay, we got this, we got that. So we take it to Fior because the father paid for it. So one of my neighbor, she got me some shoes, all this stuff. And then I went and told my mother, oh, I want this. And my mother, she was crying. She said,
Oh,
Fior,
wow.
teen chains. What we have now is for eat, not for buy expensive clothes. I said, what do you mean? She said, you cannot have that anymore.
Wow.
So I was crying. I was in shock. So and then I said, why? He left some money for us. He said, for eat. But we can't afford that anymore. So when that happened, I realized, I said, okay, now my life changed. So I went and then I spoke with one of my uncle girlfriend. She said she's going to come to Puerto Rico in the yacht. She don't say small boat.
He said, yeah, yeah. Ma, hold on. Before you get to the story, because I feel like this is funny, though. Actually, no, keep going. You said you're going to get a yacht. Okay, go ahead.
And I was talking to her. It was like I live, let's see, for example, I live South Bethlehem.
Yeah.
And she live in North Bethlehem.
Okay.
So I went there and we talked and she said, yeah, I'm leaving. I said, okay, I go with you. She said, oh no, the family not going to allow that happen. I said, okay, let's see. So I went and spoke to my mother.
Yeah, and you told her that you're gonna go to the United States,
to the United States, to Puerto Rico. And then I told my mother, my mother said, no, you're not going to go nowhere.
Mm-hmm. So for people to understand, so when you're getting ready to go to the United States, there's this boat that takes you to Puerto Rico first, so then you could get onto the airplane and go to the United States. So now you have this conversation with your mother, and you said, Mom, I'm going to the United States.
And she said no.
Okay.
And when she said no, I said, I'm leaving. She said no. So I told my mother, look, let me go. Because if you let me go, life is going to change for you and for my two siblings, because I had two younger siblings.
Mm-hmm.
She said no, because if anything happened to you, I'm going to die too. So I always was involved, like a Christian, and not Christian, but Catholics. We get together and pray.
Yeah.
So I remember I told my mother, don't say nothing to nobody. And she went and told my neighbor we used to gather together Thursday to prayer night. So I was praying like this, and he came close to me. He said, don't go to Puerto Rico. God has something for you special. So I closed my eyes and told God to give me to over there because I'm leaving.
That's funny.
I'm leaving. So my mother called my brother. My brother was living here. Because he came, but my brother...
New Jersey, right?
New Jersey. But my brother stayed here. He came with a visa and he stayed. So when my father passed away, he cannot go to Dominican Republic. And that's killed my brother.
Wow.
To this day, he suffered that. So my brother, he got his paper and everything. He called me 3 times. Sister, please, don't leave. I'm going to go over there. I said, when you coming? He said, I'm going to be there on Thursday. I said, okay. He called me again, 1 o'clock in the morning. Promise me you're not going to leave. I said, okay, I'm not going to go. Come. I will see you. I will lie. He get there Thursday. I left Wednesday.
Wow.
Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. He was crying and said, I can't believe, because it's not a yacht. It's not a boat. It's a banana boat.
It's a banana boat.
Banana boat.
And explain, like...
It's a banana boat where
no, not the banana boat. Like, how many people were on there when you got there?
The banana boat I came to Puerto Rico, it's supposed to be for 25 people. But they put 80 people over there.
Wow.
80 people. And I was there for 48 hours.
Wow. Ma, talk about... So now you tell Grandma she's crying. Everybody's upset. Fellow said he's coming, and then you leave the day before he comes. Now you're on the boat. Talk about that experience on the boat. What was that like? Like, what was your thought process when you were on that boat with no food, no water? Like, what were you thinking? Like, what was going through your mind during that time period?
It was bad because by that time I came with 5. I was 2 uncles, 1 best friend. It was like 5 people, but was the younger one. And my older uncle, he say, I do whatever you say. Can we go back to Dominican? No.
In the middle of the boat?
We was in Dominican Republic. We got lost. And then we had to, it was a very bad place in DR. So he was like, no food. It was like, it was bad. It was bad. So the mosquito eating you, you sleep in the floor. And he wanted to go back to our neighborhood. And I said, no, we're going to go
And
to
this
New
is
York.
before you get on the boat.
They left Dominican
So y'all
Republic.
get lost
And
in,
lost in
you get
Dominican.
lost trying to find a
And
place to
find
get on
the
the
place
boat.
to get on the boat. And then
He's like, let's go back
Yes,
already?
and
Y'all didn't even get on the boat yet. He's already, let's go back?
And he said because he's going to use me because I'm the younger one.
He's going to blame it on you and say, Fior wanted to go back. So
And I said to her, no, we're going to go to New York. Don't worry about it. So we thought when he see the people take that little banana boat from the ocean, we thought they're going to use that to take it to the jet. I was okay, wait a minute. So maybe nope. He said, get him. So we had to jump. So I was, I'm the tall woman, I was 18-year-old, young. So I was helping people to put land over there, even my uncle, even my friend. So I put it over there. So we was there. When we get there, I see a guy. He used to live in New York. Tough guy. They deported him to Dominican Republic. And he was like tough and like he used to do his things. When we was in the boat, he was crying like a baby.
Wow.
He was often the guy as like it's not a supermarket. It's like a bodega.
Yeah.
And a bodega, and some more money he got in the bank if he take him back.
Wow. So he offered him his store for NDR and money in the bank if he turned the boat back around. That's how much he was begging him to go back.
He was begging. He was crying and shaking, and it was very sad because I was like. My mind, it was, I want to get there. I want to help my mother. I want to help my brother and my sister. But the only thing I took from the art, it was a little picture from my father and a prayer, and I put tape in my heart.
Wow.
Because you cannot take nothing. And anytime I feel like scared, I put my hand in that. And then I feel like my father was with me. And I was crying. And I remember one time, a woman was crying. If you cannot get out, when they say you have to get up and jump, they don't take no people back to the yard.
Wow.
They throw you. You gotta.
Wow.
If you fight, they throw you. Anything. So I remember 2 guys. They're gonna start fighting.
Yeah.
And I was sitting, and I looked at them, and then I went to them and told them everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's because everybody's getting so anxious and worked up because they don't know you don't even know if you're gonna survive.
No, because
right?
that's it's like when you buy a visa to die.
Yeah.
Because it's a place you have to pass. Let's see when
What's it called, Ma? So talk about that place.
That place they call it. I don't know how to say it in
No,
English.
say it in Spanish.
El desecheo.
Okay, so
Desecheo
before you get to that location, usually most people die before they get
right
there.
Because that's where like the water they get together. It's like when you put a building together, water, and you have to break that building to get it to the other side.
Yeah. Wow. So then, okay, so before that, you even get there, everyone is kind of freaking out. People are getting ready to fight. Your process is like, I just want to get there to help my mother, help my family, and then you guys pass that point.
We passed that point. The captain, he said, "We got a life."
Wow.
Now we are alive.
Are people like cheering, like, yes, we made it?
No, we don't cheer. We
No?
cry.
Oh, yeah.
You crying and you waiting.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. My brain is froze. I was sitting. I don't have no emotion. My mind was, I'm gonna get there, and I know I'm gonna get there.
Like you have belief that you knew.
that belief. And I remember I was looking, and then I see the sky. And I see the ocean, like I got it together. But for some reason, I see myself like outside there.
Oh, wow.
Like
you can already envision it already.
Vision, like I'm gonna get there. And something in my heart, I never was thinking, oh no, we're gonna make it. I know we're gonna make it.
Wow. So then you pass that point, and then you guys land in Puerto Rico.
And that's the beautiful.
So now tell me
that part is that.
So tell me what happens when you get to Puerto Rico.
We get there, Puerto Rico. It had to be at night because it has to be early in the morning. So he say, get up. He put like a stick.
Yeah.
The stick stay there, so you have to jump.
Everybody jumps off the boat, start running.
It's a surviving moment.
Yeah.
So you have to, because you stay there, he's not gonna take you back.
Let me ask you this: what's the plan? Like y'all get to Puerto Rico and y'all like, we just gonna like what? Do you guys have a game plan?
Oh, let me tell you that.
Let me know what the game plan is.
This
like,
is gonna get better.
Okay. Go ahead, tell me.
That's the part it can be in the movie Lifetime movie. So we get to Puerto Rico. You get into the beach, and then you run. Everybody run, and you go to the bushes, like hiding, so the immigration don't see you and send you back to the yard. So I was running. But I was remember 48 hours, no food, no water. I don't have no energy. So I was running, and we get into a place they call it finca. ¿Cómo se dice una finca que hay vaca y todo eso?
A farm.
A farm. So it's the farm. I saw a cow.